Fantasy Football Week 2 start AM and sit M. J.K. Dobbins primed to be a week winner, plus more must-starts. Isaiah likely was a star in Week 1 and looks to be a starting caliber fantasy option moving forward. Week 1 was frustrating for a lot of fantasy managers. Christian McCaffrey, calf, didn't play. Puka Nacua, knee, was injured and none of the top tight ends showed up. And Marvin Harrison Jr., Drake London, and Chris Olave, among others, have many managers in a panic. Let's calm down for a second. Let's see what happens in Week 2. Let's not make wholesale changes to our roster yet. It's okay to worry about certain situations, like when is McCaffrey going to play, or if Nacua will be the same elite receiver when he's eventually healthy. Kirk Cousins and Deshaun Watson looked awful. And how did the Bengals lose to the Patriots in Week 1? But it's too soon to make a full judgment on every team. Don't give up on your early draft picks yet unless they're injured or you happen to have a stacked bench. We have a lot to learn in Week 2, and hopefully the players who are making us nervous show signs of life to make everyone who is in a panic feel at ease. In full disclosure, I wasn't expecting much from Dobbins this season prior to training camp. He was coming off last year's Achilles injury, and he's missed 43 games in his career due to injuries. But going to the Chargers was a good destination since he was reunited with offensive coordinator Greg Roman, and all Dobbins had to do was prove he's better than Gus Edwards. That seemingly happened in Week 1. Against the Raiders, Dobbins flew up for 135 yards and a touchdown on 10 carries, and he caught all 3 of his targets for 4 yards. He had runs of 46 and 61 yards, and he reached a top speed of 19.9 mph, which was impressive. Edwards still had 1 more carry than Dobbins, but he averaged just 2.4 yards per carry. We'll see what happens with their carries in Week 2, but I expect Dobbins to dominate against the Panthers. Carolina just allowed 26 carries for 121 yards and 2 touchdowns and 6 catches for 40 yards on 6 targets to Alvin Kamara and Jamal Williams in Week 1. And now standout defensive tackle Derek Brown, knee, is out for the Panthers. This should be another big week for Dobbins, and I like him as a no. 1 fantasy running back in Week 2.